Do you think a guy will like you if you're desperate over him? He feels your energy. A guy can always tell whether you are scared if he leaves your life. And if he feels how desperate you are to be with him, not only does it show him that you have no options, it shows him that you are miserable. That should make you question now. How do you think can you make a guy become addicted to you, that he cannot get enough of you? You simply need to become the person that doesn't always reassure him, that doesn't give him a text message the moment he sees he isn't home at a certain hour, because that's exactly what will make him care for you. And the more a person cares for you, the more they will think about you. If you tell the guy, oh my god, please don't go out today, you know what this will make the guy do? He will run. He will run to the streets and he will want to go out, because psychology is that humans love to do what they're not permitted to. So if you give him all the freedom in the world to do whatever the fuck he wants, guess what he will do? He will come your way. He would want to spend time with you, because if you're operating from an anxiety point of view, he'll be like, bye bye, she's so scared, let me just prove her how right she is. But when you are confident in yourself, any room that you walk into, every person will see it, and those people will be attracted to you. And the only type of women that men fall for, that men become invested in, is a woman that is confident in herself, that is secure in herself. Because the moment you reassure him, he will get bored of you, and boredom equals peace. And you never want to be the peaceful one, the one where you can casually be chilling, do whatever. You always want to be where the guy knows he needs to work for it. Whenever he's with you, he wants to do the best, because he's uncertain. He knows that maybe if he acts today incorrectly, you can tell him tomorrow, bye bye, I don't want you anymore. And that's exactly how you should be. Just think about it. If somebody reassures you all the time, you already know how much this person likes you, how obsessed with you they are. But if you can spark anxiety in him through giving him a bit of uncertainty, through him not being able to know all the time how much you like him, that's exactly what will make him care. How girls and guys think, it's completely different. You might want that the guy reassures you, but a guy doesn't need validation from you through his words. Just you giving him a chance already means that he's being validated. So step number 1, never reassure him. Step number 2, always be self-grounded, in terms of always hold your beliefs and values. Just think about it. His sofa at home might also be pretty, but it's just pretty to look at. If you are just pretty to look at, there are no emotions that you are invoking in him. Only when you invoke someone's emotions, that's exactly how they can make someone like you. That's why usually the pretty girls with no personality never make it. The guys that I used to like were never perfectly picture perfect looking. They were always a bit of ugly, medium ugly, I would say, because those guys actually needed to have a personality to convince me that they have something. And that's exactly when it comes to you. If you're just pretty, if you have nice features and nice body, yes, a guy might want to smash, but he would never want to be emotionally invested in you. And at the end of the day, if a guy doesn't want to be with you because of how you are, well, then he was never the one to begin with. And I can tell you one thing. Whenever a person meets me, especially guys, they always know my beliefs and my core values. And if something doesn't align with them, well, I'll just wave them bye-bye, because I always just tell them to find someone on their cheap level. Because if you do have standards for yourself and there are beliefs that you hold, and a guy truly likes you, he will always want to rise to your expectations. My next point is, never sleep with a guy right away when you meet him. There are of course exceptions. When a guy meets you, he knows exactly what he wants from you. It's not like we girls, we might not like a guy and then the guy convinces us. You can never convince a guy to like you. Either he likes you from the get-go and every other meeting with you is just a confirmation. But if you actually wait on sleeping with him, you also kind of force him of being emotionally invested in you. Because just think about it. If a guy doesn't like you and he is aware that he cannot sleep with you, do you really think that he's going to meet you for a month if he knows that he can get the only thing that he wants? And whenever you also wait to sleep with a guy, first of all, he will have way more appreciation for you and respect, and he will think to himself, if you don't sleep with him easily, he will immediately see your value, and he will also see that you are scarce. Because if he cannot sleep with you easily, that also means that probably the other guys that are lined up cannot sleep easily with you as well. In reality, all guys by their core nature are hunters, and they are just excited by the thrill of chasing. And usually when they get what they want, they dip. And let's be honest, if you sleep with every guy right away, you are easy. And a guy will never want to be with somebody that is easy, because that's a representation of himself, and he doesn't want to be seen as cheap. Every guy wants to be with a girl that is hard to get, because that also speaks about himself. Which also leads me to my next point, that you can always show a guy that you are desirable. Every guy, when he meets you, he's aware whether you have options or not. He's also aware that if he doesn't act accordingly with you, or if he doesn't treat you based on your standards, you can always wave him goodbye, because there are plenty of other guys who are going to make the right move, or who are willing to take his spot if he fucks up. Because I myself identify as luxury. I don't want to be Bershka. The only thing I want to be is high brands like Louis Vuitton, Dior. Because if you think about it, if somebody wants to come to a store and they see a price tag, you try on this dress and you see it's cute, it looks perfect on you. But if you go to the salesperson and you tell him, oh, like, I cannot afford it, it's $3,000, I can only give you 30 euros, you know what the salesperson will tell you? Bye bye, there will be someone else who can happily come and take it. And the same goes with your standards. Rule number 360. Always match the guy's energy. Because when you see that a guy, for example, he pulls away, what do we girls love to do? We're like, oh my god, what happened? Where did he go? So what will you do? Just think about it. The first thing that you will do is go after him, because you will think to yourself, why did you pull away? I can tell you my first bad experience in high school, when there was a guy and we were just simply casually talking, and suddenly he completely pulled away. And that made me question myself. But not only did it make me question myself, I also chased after him, because when a guy gives you space and you are not secure within yourself, you will come his way. But you need to understand that whenever a guy pulls away, he doesn't maybe pull away because you are so bad, because there's something lacking in you. Maybe that just shows that he has his own problems. And even if it's not for that, even if he saw that you are not the right fit, why would you want to make it so desperately work with someone who already knows that they don't want to be with you, that they on purpose misunderstand you? When a guy makes it difficult for you to be with him, he does it on purpose, because he simply doesn't want you. So whenever you see that somebody is pulling away, you simply need to mirror their energy. Because when you match their energy, the guy will be like, damn, this girl actually knows her value. Because what 90% of girls do, they panic, they become needy and desperate. And when a guy sees that you are coming his way, not only does he understand that he has the power over you, he knows that he has you wrapped around his little finger, and that he has emotional control over you. And if somebody has emotional control over you, do you know how it lets you be? Powerless. When you are the first girl that doesn't come his way the moment he pulls away, do you know what he will start to do? He will start to overthink, and he will start to question himself. And he will be like, damn, this girl doesn't come my way. That means that she simply has other options. And not only is that an extremely humbling experience for a guy when he pulls away and he just wants to see what you do, but I will tell you a little secret. When the guy pulls away, especially after you talked weeks with him, that also makes him understand that he will be obsessed with you or not. Because the moment you come his way, when he pulls away, he'll be like, nah, I don't want her. If she doesn't see her own value, why would I appreciate her for who she is? But if you actually sit back and relax and you are completely the unbothered queen that you are, he will be like, damn, I just fumbled the bag. Now we come to my next point, being indifferent. What will make somebody go crazy if you will never give them a reaction? Because if you're hating on them, if you show the guy how bothered you are that he doesn't want you anymore, that's exactly what he wants from you. He simply wants a reaction. But the moment you become indifferent, it means that you don't care. You don't care if he's in the room with you here. You don't care if he's outside. You don't even care if he's sleeping with someone else right now. Because you just don't give a shit. And that's exactly the type of woman that every man becomes obsessed with. Because when you don't care and when you are indifferent, the guy's like, what occupies her brain space? Which also leads me to my next point. Everyone says that you as a girl should have a fulfilling life, or you should be hard to get. You shouldn't pretend to be hard to get or make yourself hard to get. You should simply be hard to get because you have a fulfilling life. Because when you see yourself as the first priority, the guy also understands he will not be your centerpiece. A guy should always be a bonus to your package. You let the guy be your package and you make yourself the antagonist in your own life story. Guess what he will do? He will wrap the package and throw you away. Most girls wonder, why is he not obsessed with me? Why is he not emotionally invested in me? It's because of how you present yourself. When you go with a guy on a date, he only learns from you how to treat you. He only learns from you if you are going to be a girl that is a placeholder, or if you are going to be a girl that he would want to claim, that he would want to make his girlfriend. Because do you know what happens if you go with a guy on a date and you're like, oh my god, I gave this guy a second chance, he fucked me over. You're just making him subconsciously aware that, oh my god, the guy from her past gave her clown treatment, which means that I can give her clown treatment as well, or even worse, because you set that boundary. So whenever you present yourself to a guy, especially when you go on a date with him, I'm not telling you to lie and be like, oh, I've never had a bad experience, there was nothing traumatic happening in my life, because none of our lives are perfect. We all go through our own difficult, traumatic experiences in our life. But you should never tell a man that he fucked you over, because that is just making a pathway for you that he fucks you over as well. If you ever had a bad experience with someone, you want to share the past that you hold, you should just tell him, there was a guy that didn't treat me right, and the moment he mistreated me, I completely cut him off out of my life and I moved the fuck on from him. This will show to the guy that you are not accepting second chances, that you don't accept clown treatment, and that you are not a fucking doormat that just can be stepped all over. Reality is, guys, they don't want to do more than is expected. They just love to do the bare minimum. And if they see that they can get away with the bare minimum, they'll be like, why the fuck would I do more for her? Of course I will not. If she's fine with me taking her out at McDonald's, and if that is the value that you hold, that's exactly what he's going to do. But if he sees that you will say no to any Starbucks coffee, to any McDonald's date, he will understand, oh shit, I actually need to level up if I want to be with her. To make a guy emotionally invested in you, it's all about yourself. How you present yourself, how you act. Because we humans, we learn from each other. You will always know and learn from yourself what you are telling him. And the best way to make somebody invested in you, the best way to become his drug is by simply, first of all, having a fulfilled life on your own. Be obsessed with yourself. See how you carry and present yourself. And this will also lead to him treating you that way. And this is exactly what will make him become obsessed with you. No one can make or break you if you have that inner strength and if you know that you are that girl. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video.